I think it's very fitting at this point of the forum, at this point in our decade of doing this event, that we take stock of where we've come from and what we're all taking away from here. And to do that, we've got 3 people that have been with us, PILnet, on our pro bono adventure from the very beginning. We have Miriam Buhl from Weil, Gotshal and Manges, Felicity Kirk from Ropes and Grey, and Susie Turner from Dechert. They've been unwavering in their support for PILnet. They're heavyweights, figuratively speaking, in the pro bono community, and now they're going to share a few reflections on a decade of European pro bono forums.
Miriam, thank you for the introduction, and thank you for the opportunity for the 3 of us to be able to give some brief closing remarks on the occasion of the 10th anniversary of the European Pro Bono Forum. It actually means a lot to us because while it may be hard to believe that we're old enough, all 3 of us were on the planning committee of the inaugural Pro Bono Forum back in 2007. And we are really, sincerely, truly excited about the institution that this forum has become. So as Marianne said, she asked us, the 3 of us, to speak today because we were there at the beginning and we've been to all of the forums since then. So she asked us to reflect on some of our impressions of the forum over the past decade. And so what we thought we'd do was reflect on our top 10 pro bono reflections for this forum. So who's first?
Off we go. So year 1, 2007. In Budapest. A real question of existence from the very beginning. The original PILnet forum was formed by a small group of dedicated people who wondered truly, will anybody actually show up for a day and a half of talking about pro bono? And God forbid, would they just all be Americans looking to explore a new city? And would the NGOs have any of their totally overcommitted time to come and join us and share with us, or would they have other priorities, understandably? So indeed, the roundtables that PILnet had seated throughout Europe in Brussels and Paris and Munich and elsewhere did result in a sufficient enough groundswell of interest, and we did have quite a few people show up that first year.
And then the next big question, if we do it again, will anybody come back? Well, you did, and the second forum, also held in Budapest, was bigger, and the forums, we're going to call them forums, okay, for any purists out there, has steadily grown in size and diversity. In year 1, we had 120 attendees from 19 countries. By 2014, there were 425 participants from 39 countries. And even though it was the European Pro Bono Forum, participants came from Africa, from China, from the Middle East, from North, South, and Central America. Oh, and from Australia.
That was for you, David.
And many others who make a long journey to come, and we really appreciate your commitment and participation. Relationships were formed. Lawyers from the same cities, countries, regions started to strategize on how they could work together and improve pro bono back home. And really importantly, fundamentally, connections were made between the NGOs and law firms as they gained a greater understanding of each other's worlds. So a real pro bono community started to develop, along with real friendships. And we have seen participants come back year after year after year.
So number 3, we bring everybody together, but what will we talk about? Well, at the first forum in Budapest, we had 2 discussion panels, 4 workshops with 30 speakers. By 2012, we had 19 diverse workshops and over 90 speakers. And what we've seen over the years as that the discussions and the workshops have become increasingly sophisticated. And it's evolved from year 1, where we were asking questions like, what is pro bono? To very nuanced and sophisticated discussions on human rights, social impact investing, and microfinance. And as the years have gone by, we have added panels and discussions to incorporate the new players into the pro bono world, including in-house counsel, law students, and the growing network of local, national, and international pro bono clearinghouses that's developed.
And then, allons-y à Paris. So we took our show on the road and saw whether or not anybody would come with us. And indeed, so they did. We went to cultivate pro bono elsewhere, starting with Paris. Darn. And off we went, one city at a time.
But the forum has not shied away from addressing institutional issues to pro bono and harnessing the support of the local bar wherever it has gone. In 2011, we were in Berlin, and at that time, the issue of pro bono in Germany was a complex one, with some question of its legality. We had a speech from the president of the German Federal Bar, analysing German law in relation to pro bono and calling on the country's legislature to modernise the law and help expand pro bono. The forum has given leaders the opportunity to articulate their views on the role of law and the role of pro bono in delivering legal services to the poor. And over the years, we've heard from presidents, senators, justice ministers, and senior judges.
Number 6, the forum has confronted and addressed social issues of the day. When we went to Madrid in 2012, Spain was facing the highest unemployment rate in Europe. Accordingly, we used the forum to address the social issues of the day, and sessions were held on using pro bono to combat social dislocations during dire economic times. The dean of the Madrid bar at the time said, and I'll quote him, "We are in crisis, and if we continue it, it will be the resources of lawyers. Pro bono makes even more sense now in the face of economic crisis." Similarly, when we were in London, we confronted the cut to legal aid. And last year in Rome, we confronted how we would work together as a community to provide assistance to meet the worst refugee crisis since World War II.
Also critical to movement building, the forums showed us that there's nothing like showing up. Each place that we went, the host committees were amazing and made sure that we understood as fully as we possibly could in a day and a half the full scope of their own particular challenges, their resources, and to be really a true participant in the forum, to enjoy all of the amazing things that were also present in the city. So we've been very, very grateful to each host committee, each local host committee, for showing us all the very best of their legal community.
And on to London, which was, I think, the biggest, as I said, 425. Anybody who's organised anything will know what a challenge it is, and a huge logistical challenge to put on an event like this. And so to the PILnet staff, who deal with venues and speakers, different languages, food issues, accommodation issues. And as always, they rise absolutely magnificently to the challenge. So please join us in just giving them a round of applause.
Although probably many of them are outside organizing our very next one. So then in Rome, truly last year we all saw front and center the scope of the refugee crisis and how incredibly urgent our efforts are needed to support the work of the social sector and to guide all of the pro bono attorneys who assist. The roots of the refugee crisis, poverty, conflict, and climate change, truly the world's most pressing issues, are now squarely in the sights of the pro bono community, and more importantly, of the NGO network that PILnet has developed.
And finally, we are here in Amsterdam. So what's next? So in Amsterdam, as we said, we're celebrating the 10th anniversary of this forum. And anniversaries are always a great time to reflect, looking back to the past, but also, as importantly, figuring out how we can improve in the future. So as we were preparing for this, I came across the program. I apparently save everything from the 2007 forum. And I found this, which made us, a quote, which made us look really prescient maybe. Here's what we said when we drafted our original program. We on the Forum Organizing Committee anticipate that this event will inspire even greater efforts by the European legal community to fulfill our duty using the means available to us to promote a more fair and equitable legal system in collaboration with legal services organizations, bar associations, academic institutions, governmental actors, foundation, and non-governmental organizations. Well, thanks to your participation, we have begun to discover the power of pro bono. And we truly look forward to the next 10 years of exciting, productive, and collaborative European pro bono forums. So thank you all very much, and we're done.
Well done, Susie.